So recently, I bought a Nintendo Switch from Temu for a grand total of 1 penny, and as you can probably guess, things went horribly sideways. And a couple weeks ago, I made a video on the whole situation explaining what went down, and in this video here today, I'm gonna give you an update because things have gone even more off the rails, and don't worry if you haven't seen that video, or if you have, I'm gonna give you a little recap right here. So here's what happened. Basically, I hopped on Temu, they're advertising a Switch for 1 penny, but to get that penny, I have to spend $800 on a wallet and an Xbox Series X, so I do that, and sure enough, I do actually get the Switch for 1 penny. But then the next day I wake up and my 1 penny Switch has been canceled, but they're still making me pay $800 for the Xbox, so rightfully so, I get really mad and start messaging their support, who do absolutely nothing. And then out of the blue, a couple days later, they also cancel the Xbox for being out of stock. But here I am still paying for the wallet that I didn't want, so then I have to hassle with them for a while to get that wallet canceled. But finally, after a while, it's finally all canceled, but I just wasted a bunch of time. But it gets even worse. After that's done, I decide to try another one of their dumb games to see what happens, and they decide to scam me by flashing the checkout button on the corner of the screen for about half a second, and as I'm pressing it, it swaps to the place order button, so I placed an order accidentally when I was just trying to see what would add to my cart. So that's another aspect of the scam. And now guys, this is where the new part of the story picks up, and pay attention because this somehow gets even crazier. Literally the day after I posted the original Temu video, somebody from their customer support reached out again after they saw the video. But before we get to that, I want to take a step back and explain what we tried on another Temu account, because the results were mind-blowing. Let me just show you what happened. Okay, so basically after the first original 1 penny Switch got canceled, I wanted to find another 1 penny Switch. So I had Danny, you might know Danny from Smokin Silicon or Cracking Carts or other channels. I had him go on his Temu account and try to get the 1 penny Switch or a 1 penny something. So here's what happened there, because it's a different outcome, and it's a little strange. Okay, so basically he hops into this whole 1 penny thing just like I did, and he has actually different things for sale, or things he can pick, like tablets, retro game consoles, sports Switch as they call it. He's got Switch games, NVMe drives, guitars, smartphones, just random stuff. Unfortunately, as we're going through, there's no Nintendo Switch in sight, so at this point I'm like, okay, well we can get another 1 penny thing, like maybe not a Switch, but something else, like maybe a phone, a tablet, a game or something. So we go through, and let me show you what we picked out. Okay, so first we see this 10-inch tablet, and we add that to cart for a grand total of 1 penny. So that's our first item. And remember, we get 3 total items. So next up, we add a phone, which looks like an S25, maybe the S26 Ultra or something, and we add that to the cart as well. And last but not least, we added 1 more tablet to the cart. So basically, we have 3 items, 2 tablets, 1 phone, all for a grand total of 3 cents. So we're saving like 170 bucks. And now we're gonna see what the catch is here, because how are we getting these for 3 cents? And as always, they have these weird graphics that pop up saying like 150 cut, 42.25 cut. We got 53.35 cut. They just use these weird buzzwords. Things just graphics start happening on screen. It says 2 items are ready, but actually you need to do some stuff because of our magnifying glass here. You need to buy some more stuff before you can actually get it for 3 pennies. Ha ha ha, gotcha. And they don't tell you in a plain text. They're like, oh, you need to scroll down, look at the fine text, maybe play a little more of these games. And here we have some more stuff popping up like -$3, hurry. Half these things that pop up, or actually 95% of things that pop up on Temu don't make any sense. It's just random numbers, random like colors and stuff, trying to get you to play games. It's absurd. That's a whole tangent there. But anyways, basically we get to the 3 penny, the whole 3 penny thing, and it says we need to cut 22.13 more to get all 3 items. And basically it says price you cut equals 5% of the order amount. So I'll put on screen what that price is, like how much we need to spend to get $22 off. But let me show you what we try to buy, because what we bought, I actually wish was the thing that was being sold for 1 penny, but yeah, let me just show you. So again, scrolling through a bunch of just like crap that honestly I don't want, like, I don't know, keyboards, random $20 projectors, super fast charging cables, a folding cart, just random stuff, knockoff stuff I really do not want. And guys, we seriously scrolled through this whole list for like a minute and a half trying to find something halfway decent rather than just like pure crap. And eventually, as you can see, we find a Switch 2. So we're like, oh, great, let's buy a Switch 2. Now, unfortunately, it is $540, which is like $100 over retail. And this thing was probably like a Hong Kong Switch or Japanese Switch, not even a US-based Switch, which is unfortunate. But we're like, whatever, let's go ahead and buy it and see what happens. And what happens next is surprising, but also not surprising at the same time. So basically we add it, and it does the whole cutting thing. And then what do you, wait, hold on. What do we see here? It says it's capped at $12. Okay, so hold on. Now we're changing the game. So before they told us we only needed 5% of the item cost to equal like the 22 bucks, which is a $540 Switch does that. But then they're telling us, oh, actually, it's capped at $12. So you're only halfway there. So as you can see here, we actually spent $580 on that Switch 2 after tax and shipping or whatever. And you can see our $12 cut now occurs, and they're gonna give us this little graphic like, oh, you're almost there, You gotta pay us a little bit more money to get your 1 penny Switch. But here we are, we're back to it, and first thing they advertise again is the Switch 2 at the top. So we're like, yeah, screw it, let's buy another Switch 2. And here we add the Switch 2 to the cart, and we'll see if it cuts our price or does some, what is this, magnifying glass thing. Almost there, oh, almost there. You gotta pay for it now. And luckily we go to check out, and it does say 100% off total. So we have 2 Switches now, And now we get to buy our, our 1 penny phone, our 1 penny tablet, and another 1 penny tablet, and honestly just hope it all comes. So this is where things get really weird. Let me explain what happened next. So here I have a screenshot of the orders we placed here, and as you can see, 1 cent tablet, 1 cent phone, 1 cent tablet, and here's the real kicker: delivered to front door, delivered on September 3rd, delivered on September 2nd. They actually delivered our 1 penny items? Huh? What? I was confused, but he got them. And yeah, I mean, here is one of the 1 penny tablets. We will be making a video on Smokin Silicon, our other tech channel. I'll put a link on the screen, a link down below if you want to check that video out. It comes out in a couple days after this video comes out, but yeah, go check that out. And you'll never believe what happens next. So we get the 1 penny consoles, and then they cancel and refund both of the Switch 2s. What? Hold on a second. You made me spend $1,000 on Switch 2s to get these 1 penny items, and then you gave me the 1 penny items but canceled the Switch 2s and refunded me. Like, hey man, I'll take it. But look, as you can see here, it says $0, refund automatically issued by Temu due to unusual activity. Well, you know what, guys? It doesn't stop there. You remember how I said the day after I posted the original Temu video, somebody from their customer service messaged me and said, hey, we saw your video. We want to fix this. Well, let me show you that situation because it's kind of wild as well. So here's the email that Jacinta from Temu sent me. They basically said, we recently came across your video sharing your experience with us, and first of all, thank you for taking the time to share such a detailed perspective. We really value feedback from users like you. It helps us understand what's working, what we can improve. They say, thank you for joining the promotional event. Regarding the order you mentioned being canceled, can you share either an order number or email link to the Temu account you used for the promotion? And they said, I also noticed you mentioned reaching out to customer service before, and please rest assured, we'll take another close look at this and finding a proper solution. Basically, for reference, I reached out before and sent them a million messages, and they kept saying, oh, sorry, it was canceled due to unusual activity. We can't do anything. And then a bunch of blah, 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 questions, details, feedback, whatever. So I send the order number to them, just straight up order number saying here it is, fix it maybe. I don't know what'll happen here, but here's the order number. And that was September 5th, and you can see it's not until September 10th they finally follow up. So zero urgency at all here. The video is racking up hundreds of thousands of views. People are seeing the whole situation and being like, oh yeah, I probably shouldn't buy from Temu. And they have no urgency to fix it. They just don't care. But here's what they say in reply. You can see they say, thanks for sending over your order number. I really appreciate your patience while I got back to you. I shared it with the team, blah, blah, blah. Your experience is important to us, blah, 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 whatever. So basically they open a support ticket, and let me show you the support ticket because that's where it goes off the rails and makes no sense. But let me show you. So here you can see September 10th again, Temu is processing your request. You're assigned to an agent, blah, blah, blah. Customer service is handling your ticket as quickly as possible, blah, blah, blah. And here you can see on September 10th, I have a reply from Mark Steffen saying, dear valued customer, thank you for reaching out to us. We sincerely apologize for the unpleasant experience you've had regarding your canceled cut price to 1 penny order. Please be assured we have escalated this issue to the relevant department, blah, blah, blah. They're investigating, blah, 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 blah. They also actually mentioned, I guess they fully watched the video because they actually mentioned the whole checkout issue. So they say, we appreciate you bringing the issue with our checkout process to our attention. The unexpected change from checkout button to a submit order slide is certainly not the seamless experience we aim for, and we are grateful for your detailed feedback. Yeah, I'm sure it was totally not a part of the plan to do the checkout to submit button, but whatever, I'll take your word for it. Okay, so then a day later, after investigating or whatever they did in the background, they said, we understand your frustration regarding the cancellation of order, blah. We want to assure you we're taking your concerns very seriously. After reviewing the matter, we found that the cancellation was due to unusual payment activity. Unusual payment activity. Guys, this is, I don't know, the 25th time they've told me this. I'll flash some screenshots on the screen. Hopefully I can find all of them canceling orders due to unusual payment activity. And they don't tell me why. They don't tell me the real reason. They don't tell me if my credit card's borked or if my PayPal account doesn't work or if they don't want to ship to my address. They just won't tell me. They just say unusual payment activity. And guys, this is also the reason they gave me for originally canceling the 1 penny Switch, and why I kept following up with them saying this is not a valid excuse. You can't just cancel my 1 penny Switch, make me pay $800 for the Xbox Series X, and call it unusual payment activity. I will send you 3 pennies in the mail. And now you do an entire process where you string me out for a whole week, where somebody follows up, sees the video, and says oh crap, they're getting hundreds of thousands of views on this video exposing our scam. Let me follow up with customer support and see if we can fix this. And your follow up is that it's due to unusual payment activity. That was your investigation? What? Are you kidding me? And then in that same message, they just send a whole chart of all the refunds I've gotten. And I'm like, guys, I know I've gotten refunds. That's fine. I just want to know why. Just tell me why. It can't be that hard. And you can see here at the bottom, their solution is to give me a $20 credit and then an additional $50 credit. So they're offering me $70 of Temu credit, so just forget about this and go away. But No, we're not taking that. Let me show you what I said in response. So I responded back and said, seriously, after all this time, the only details you can give me for the 10th time, a 10th is actually underballing it. That's like, it's like 25th time, honestly, is the unusual payment activity excuse. You're still not going to give me any real details as to why you canceled my 1 penny order, or why you cancel almost every order I place, or why your place order button pops up almost instantly after the checkout button pops up. Like they didn't address that either. So that was my response, and then here was their response to that. So you can see a couple days later, they respond back and say, thank you for your continued communication and patience throughout the process. After verifying your case, we found the order was canceled due to unusual payment activity. Wow, I had no idea. Thank you for telling me. In addition to the $70 credit, we would also like to include a 20% off capped at $20 coupon. Then they say, regarding your feedback regarding the checkout button at the bottom of the page, quickly citing the submit order, we further verify that this may be due to the rapid display of the promotional page, causing you to mistakenly click the submit order and then place order. They're basically saying, like, sorry, that's due to design. I don't know what to say at this point. Like, they're just intentionally scamming us, which is, like, not surprising. It's Temu. They're a scammy company. They're a scummy company. But, like, why are you wasting customer support hours and my hours just to give me these BS responses? Like, I truly do not understand. And then at that point, I don't think I replied back, but then they replied back again 2 days later saying the same thing, like, we'll give you the 20% discount on top of the $70 credit, plus the check order, submit button thing, blah, blah, blah. It's by design, whatever. And then after that, I do actually respond. Let me show you what I said. And I kept it pretty simple, and I said, I just want the 1 penny Switch and the 2 games that I ordered that were wrongfully canceled. I don't want a million different promotional credits, which is, that's exactly what I want. So they actually replied back to me like a few minutes ago before making this video and said, we would like to, on top of the 20% off discount capped at $20, we would also like to offer you a $100 credit as well. Wow, so they're just upping their game. So maybe I'll respond back again and they'll give me like $200. And guys, here's the thing. If they're only giving me $100, you know, the guy who made a video on YouTube that has 500,000 views exposing their scummy practices, if they're only giving me $100, what are they gonna give you? Like, absolutely nothing. They're gonna take your money and run, no product or anything. Like, guys, if you want to bribe me, send me more than $100. Like, what? I mean, there's not anything at this point that Temu could do to bribe me to not expose the situation, because they've offered me thousands and thousands of dollars worth of promotional deals over the years, which I have not accepted because it's Temu. But like, if you're trying to bribe me, like, I don't know, send me more than $100. Like, this is absurd. So basically, I followed up with Jacinta, the original, person from Temu who emailed me, and I said my ticket was resolved with quite the disappointing response. I was again given the excuse of unusual payment activity with no real answer as to why my 1 penny Switch was canceled, or as to why the checkout and submit order buttons pop up in the same spot within a split second. I've been given the unusual payment activity response to basically every ticket I've ever opened with no real answer. Instead of fixing the actual issue, I was offered $70 worth of credits to your platform, and I'm sure my order will be canceled again if I try to use those credits, because yeah, I'm sure it will be, because it's Temu. And I thought having this scummy situation exposed to over 400,000 people would prompt an actual response or resolution, but I guess not. And that's the conclusion to the video. No response, no help. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. Just don't buy from them. I'll do it so I can do it for the videos and kind of show you guys the process, but like, just don't do it, guys. Buy from somewhere else. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think. If you haven't seen my other Temu video from recently, go check that out there. But guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.